Hi, I'm Mikey. I'm a content creator that works a 9 to 5, and the past couple of days have been a very wild experience. But there is something that I need to speak up and share with all of you. I started working early at the age of 16, working at like restaurants. I've worked in warehouses, I've worked retail, fast food, and a bunch of other places in between. But I never really wanted to get into corporate, and I didn't start getting into corporate spaces until my late 20s. Even in between all of that, I always was content creating. And I always knew that my journey was my own. I never wanted to rush it. I always thought, slow and steady wins the race. And I've always had to kind of push my content creating to the side because of working in these said spaces. And this currently is where the line has been drawn when it comes to content creators working full-time doing that. And a lot of people already knew about the TikTok ban. Trump had already discussed it a long time ago. There was other people that were discussing it a long time ago as well. And many of us throughout the week have really seen how people have been acting and the things that they've been saying leading up to this supposed ban that happened recently. But a lot of folks have been negative since the beginning, saying things like, you need to get a real job, content creating isn't a real job, you need to be working a 9 to 5, you need to be outside, you need to touch grass, so on and so forth. All these notions are beyond unempathetic and just ridiculous. Content creating will forever and will be a real job, and many of you just are gonna have to get over that fact. Those nasty remarks that are being said are giving just straight up jealousy and hate and should not be tolerated in any type of space. And I think now is definitely the time to change that. TikTok changed people's lives, especially for the better. During COVID, during the Black Lives Matter movement, during the Asian hate movement, and everything else that's happened in between these past couple of years. People were starting to truly use their voice, and it was being known, it was being shared, it was being seen, and it wasn't being flooded by so many other things that just weren't necessary to be known. People were starting their own companies, starting their own businesses, and even other companies alike were starting to just take off from their virality and so many other things included. And the one thing that wasn't happening on other platforms that was happening on TikTok was that communities were beginning to grow. It's more than just social media, and a lot of you are ignorant to that. So it currently looks like the app is back up and running. It's kind of glitchy, there's a lot of things going on, and I'm pretty sure within these next few weeks there's gonna be a bunch of changes that we are definitely not gonna probably be prepared for. But all of this is to say that unfortunately, if you are a content creator, it is your time to diversify where you share your creativeness. Because sadly, in one day, it can all be gone in the blink of an eye. And always remember that your voice deserves to be heard. And for those that don't create content but partake in it, watch it, experience it, and all of that and more, I'm gonna need for y'all to stop hating outside of the club just because you can't get in.